Hey, I hope all is going well today and you're having a beautiful, blessed day. I just wanted to come on in with no notes, but I wanted to speak from the heart about something that I saw today on Instagram. It was on Instagram and it was on YouTube. Somebody that I follow, a creator named Jem Hubbard, who goes by Wheels No Hills. She's awesome. You guys should follow her if you choose to. She is a wheelchair content creator, and she talks a lot about travel and her family and different things that she's done to make her home more accessible. She is awesome. But she posted a video about I don't know if it was a Twitter. I don't know if it was a Twitter posting or what it was, but she posted a video about a posting that she had seen. And this posting said that people with disabilities should be called people of determination instead of people with disabilities. Now, I am going to give you guys my opinion about terminology in general. My opinion is this: I think all terminology needs to go away. I think that it would be a better world, and we as people who are equipment users, which kind of, I know it seems a little too broad to some people, but that is what I choose to call myself because I am physically in charge of whatever equipment I am using. I am physically in charge of how my walker moves. I am physically in charge of how my wheelchair moves. I use the equipment. It is not part of me. It's part of my body when I'm in it or when I'm using it, depending on what it is, my chair or my walker. It is part of my body when I am utilizing it. But it is not part of my body 100% of the time, 24 hours a day. And even those people who have physical conditions, different forms of CP, different muscular dystrophy, muscular atrophy, MS, their situation may be a little bit different. And I want to really drive home the fact that I am not trying to be disrespectful of anybody who chooses to use the terminology that is out there these days. However, I am just simply saying that I am tired of seeing it. I'm tired of being labeled. And this is not my first rodeo about doing a podcast episode or a video like this. I have done a few in the past. My first one being, be careful of the labels that you use. And that was actually my third, I was going to say my first, but it wasn't my first. It was my third podcast episode where I spoke about the impact that my friend Noelle Williams had on me. She was 24 when she passed away, and I was 21, and we became friends, and we were friends for 7 months. Go listen to the episode if in fact you want to listen to the episode. And then I did a just a little while, not a little while ago, but about a year ago, I did a episode called Boundless Babe, or Being a Boundless Babe. And I had said in that episode, which I did with a friend of mine, that Boundless Babe would be the only label that I would be able to get behind. Because being a boundless babe meant, and it means, that you see things that people consider obstacles and you figure them out. You figure out how you are going to live life. And I really think that any terminology within the disability community does us as people a disservice, because it focuses on what we can't do first instead of what we can do. And I think I love the community, and I'm embracing being part of it, but I'm also pushing back on it a little bit, because I do feel that there is a lot of growth that needs to happen within this community about the way we speak about ourselves. Because if we want to be included, which I will 100% say that, and a friend of mine, a Instagram friend of mine named Danny Gomez, he recently did a video or a talk where he said that everybody who's looking for inclusion is not including us, is not including the people that use equipment to get around. And I'm sorry, Danny, if I'm taking too much liberty, but you are a person that say that you ride in a wheelchair, and I love that, because it's like you're taking ownership of how you use your equipment. You use your equipment. You're not, or Danny is not, he does not focus on the fact that he doesn't focus very much on the fact that he is injured anymore. He focuses on the fact of how he goes through this life and actually lives this life. And that's why I love watching him so much. And I'm like, I don't know, it's just the terminology that people use about themselves, you guys, does so much. So if we step up our game and stop using certain terminology, and yes, disabled is one thing that I think should be, I might be a little utopian here, but I think it should be abolished because of the fact that I think true disability means you cannot move a muscle. I think true disability means that you are a broken down car that's ready for the junkyard. And I look around this community, this equipment using community, and I do not see that. I see a community of legit, excuse my language, I see a community of legit badasses. And you guys, I am so proud now to be part of this community, and it took me a long time to get here. That is why whenever I hear a new term come out that is supposed to describe us, it drives me bananas. Because with all the terminology, how are we expected to, how are we expected, or how can we expect ourselves to say, here we are and we are able to do things. We are able to take those jobs. We are able to take those roles in entertainment. We are able to do X, Y, and Z. If there are so many labels, tell me how that's going to help. I see that hindering us more than anything. So, please, please consider, and this is me talking here, only for me. And I am sorry if those people that I mentioned get a little bit upset with me, but I really think that terminology, it needs to stop. And I think that we can stop it if we choose to. I, for one, hi, I'm Marie. I'm an equipment user. I have CP. I have hydrocephalus. I was born in 1982 before the ADA was passed. I was in 3rd grade when the ADA was passed. And I want to see terminology stop. I want to see our value go up because we call ourselves people first and we put out our best effort first. And again, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry if some people are upset with me, but you know, that's the way I felt. And there are parts of this community that I love, but the terminology could take a hike. That is the part that I do not love. I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. My point in making this video and this podcast episode, whether you're listening to it on video or audio, is to say that we as people deserve to be people. We as people deserve to live life without having society label us. And for that to happen, we need to stop labeling ourselves. Except for the very, very obvious equipment that we use. So I'll talk to you guys later. I love you. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you soon. Bye.